One of the things that music does in a certain way is that it makes everyone one race. I think people are people. Give like a restored faith in humanity, kind of.
Here we are, one of up-and-coming rappers out of New York, Mike Nostradamus.
Thanks for having me, bro.
Is this your first time in Europe?
My first time in all of the countries, yeah.
When you're far from home, what do you become more aware of? Yourself, the audience, or the space you're in?
Never the audience for real. I barely see faces. You just sense people. And I feel where there's tension, but I also feel where there's interest, and I feel where there's an open armness. So it's a very sensitive place. What I'm most aware of is my health and myself. There's new ways about me that I don't get to explore because naturally I'm in a specific setting, which is like being a husband, being a father, just being at a base. But on tour, you're a lot more, in your body because you're also out of like your normal environment. And then who you tour with, I feel like you get to get really close to them, which is like an added bonus. Like Alec and I, it's just him and I on this tour, and we get to just be bros too,
What are the non-negotiables you carry with you? Like, how do you get yourself psyched to enter that sphere?
Honestly, I don't need a lot. I just need to pray. I just need to pay attention to my breath. And I need to remember that the music does more than what I can hold in my hands or see with my eyes. And as long as I can remember that, I'm usually healthy, because with that comes like a nimbleness. If you're not in your body the right way, if you're not in your mind in the right way, I think you get in the way of what is the moment needs, so to speak.
It is meditative if you're sitting in one place and just hearing an album from front to back. Meditation comes in many ways, but it's always the same thing, which is how do you access that awareness to your breath, Just keep your eyes closed and stay present for it, Lightman, we did a couple of releases in New York and in LA, like listening wise. There's nothing else that I want you to, generally speaking, be doing, and that by the time you walk into our spot, You're gonna meet people, and you're gonna care about what we're playing or what's being played, and we're gonna do it together.
I guess I really felt that when I was listening to Duende.
Yeah, at least for me, the Duende concept was inevitable. I would say there's therapy in expressing what you feel honestly in the moment, but it can also trap you. You can make a pretty jail.
Yeah.
Duende dealt with this level of art that has to incorporate your mortality being present. And then I think from here on out that comes with a beautiful life.
If we talked about Duende having more themes with mortality, what would be the themes of Lightman then?
I think Duende brings to the surface chaos and uncertainty and darkness that compared to Lightman would be irresponsible. It's kind of like when you observe people and they may disrupt the scene and say, I'm just being honest. But there's something better than being honest, which is trying to be better. So Duende doesn't care about who gets caught in that whirlwind of fire. Where Lightman is there's no doubt on the album. There's no lyric that doubts goodness happening. It's also the album that I focus the most on transparency, trying to be economic with my words. So I'm also just learning. I don't need to, it's not always speed. It's not always flash. The only MCs I worked on is on the remix. You know what I mean? It's not even other MCs on the album, But it didn't seem necessary. And we were honest about that. I'm old enough now that this only makes sense if we're consistent and it works. I know that being metered is important, and I know that being specific is important, and I know that being as truthful with what I intend to create and put out is important.
What are you listening to? What kind of art are you digesting?
Many things are exciting. I love what Cleo Sol is doing. I kind of feel like Lightman is like Cleo Sol rapping, you know what I mean? I feel like she inspired me to just make sure I'm like not cursing, keeping a specific perspective firm in the music, you know. I have a line where I say, I don't care if I'm first, second, or 73rd. It's true, you know. I don't care what that position is, but I feel like I'm of the artists or decision makers that could have an imprint that could be useful.